Hey Lindsayers, it's Lindsay here. So today we're gonna be looking at this really cool new palette made by Georgia. It's called the Georgia palette, as you can clearly see. So let's just focus on the good, right people? And let's look at these really cool colors that correspond with the amazing history that Georgia has to offer. Alright, so the first color we have here in this palette is called James Oglethorpe. Now, this color is a nice green, as you can see, and it's named after the founder of Georgia, James Oglethorpe, but let's be honest, the guy was a bore. He had the chance to name a colony, right? He had the chance to form a colony, and he named it after an already residing king of England. Like, hello, find some creativity, brother. I'm so rich. And I'm really lucky. It's kind of making me feel bad because I see all of these people who are, you know, suffering and dying, and I'm just like, I need to do something to make myself feel better about this overwhelming amount of privilege I was born with.
Money, please. I'm in
give us
debt.
Money,
give us money.
I have major debt.
Money, please.
I'm begging you.
This'll do.
Debt.
Please.
Oh my god. Come on.
Oh my god.
We're going. Oh my god.
All right, everyone, gather around. Now, because I'm such a gracious person, I'm allowing you poor, unfortunate debtors to come with me on a trip to the new world where all of your debts will be forgiven. As long as you work tirelessly on the plantations as indentured servants until you repay me.
What's that, James?
Nothing, my little darling plebeian.
Okay, thanks, James. You're the best.
Oh, I got lost in my eyes there for a second. So the next color we're talking about here is this enchanting brown called Mary. It's named after the ship that the colonists of Georgia came over on to settle. Now, the settling of Georgia was like super diverse because all of the people settling were debtors. Can't relate. YouTube brings in big bucks, but that's not the point here. Where was I? Oh yeah, poor people. So the debtors, they all came over and they were super diverse. There was a lot of Quakers, Puritans, Lutherans, all the religions, except, oddly enough, Catholicism.
Hi, I'm Jewish. I'm here with 42 other Jews. Can we stay in your colony?
If you must.
Greetings, I'm Lutheran. Am I welcome here?
Why not?
Great. Peace and prosperity. I'm a Quaker. May I be granted the honor of staying in your colony? I love charity work.
Hey, I'm Catholic. I was just wondering...
No. You're gonna need to take your rosary and your prayer candle, and you're gonna need to get the frickety frack out of my colony, alright? Alright? You're not welcome here. Go. Get out. Trash.
The next color here on our palette is a gorgeous blue called Patriarchy. So in Georgia, the population was primarily males, so the women were like super sought after. Finally, one I can relate to.
You know, I feel like tobacco is my only like saving grace from the crippling debt that I'm in.
Oh, by golly. Oh my gosh.
Yeah! It's a woman!
Sorry, Petruchio. Sorry, Joseph. I'm not interested in marrying you. I already have a pre-marriage agreement with the third richest guy in our colony, so my property rights are already secured, and I'm super loaded. I'll consider your offer in like 10 years once my husband dies. So the next color we have here is green for government. Georgia was founded on April 21st of 1732. The same day it was formed, a board of trustees was established when King George II signed the charter. This board of trustees controlled lots of aspects of Georgia, and they were quite the troublemakers.
I was thinking no religious toleration for Catholics. Honestly, like, I was thinking, like, no rum trade. Like, forget it.
I was thinking no slavery.
Because we honestly don't trust those colonists to make their own laws.
When are we gonna kill some Indians? Isn't that what being a colonist is all about?
Give it some time, Egmont. I'm trying to keep it peaceful with the Yamacraw Indians. Said they'll agree to move their settlements upstream to make room for my forts. I'm sure by like the 1800s or something we can just evict them from the state and send them to Indian reservations in Oklahoma. Yeah.
Now, even though the Board of Trustees were mainly like horrible people who everyone hated. There was this one guy, James Vernon, and people actually liked him. He was like actually a decent human being. He was the main architect of the Georgia Charter, which was a really important document that gave citizens of Georgia the same citizens as Englishmen.
I respect the rights of poor people.
He was also an active member of the trust who actually cared what the people of Georgia thought.
Please help. I'm so poor.
I respect the opinions of poor people.
He proposed dividing Georgia into two parts, Savannah and Frederica.
I say we divide it all.
And he only missed 4 out of the 114 meetings of his last 9 years in the trust.
Day 43, 100th of these meetings. I'm starting to think I shouldn't even come.
So this next color here that we have is this nice brownish color that symbolizes the dirt that people would build plantations on in Georgia. Plantations were the #1 asset in Georgia because that's where they grew all of their main crops, like indigo, rice, etc.
Oh my goodness, it's a little indigo flower. Do you see that, honey?
It's amazing how beautiful.
How beautiful. This would be a perfect place to build a whole plantation full of them.
But what about slaves?
Oh, well, we can just figure that out with indentured servants. Didn't Oglethorpe bring over a bunch of plebeians? We can just have them work it.
Might as well.
Might as well. They have nothing else better to do.
Poor people.
Look, there's one of them now.
The next color we have here is titled House Building, and that symbolizes the largest struggle that Georgia had whenever they were founding their colony, which was building the actual houses.
Well, all right, honey. Build our home. God, I'm so tired. Oh, imagine when we'll have kids.
The next colors correspond with 3 cultural and social tools that the people in Georgia could use in their time. So the first tool is a caddy spoon, and that color corresponds with this champagne tone. Now, a caddy spoon is a metal, short, squat spoon that people in Georgia would use to scoop tea out of their little tea bowl. The next really important tool that they would use for cultural and social purposes is a bucket of water, and that color corresponds with this blue right here. Now, the bucket of water was really important because, I mean, don't you just hate it when your whole hut burns down? The Georgians certainly did. They would often use open hearths, which caused a lot of house fires to arise whenever they cooked. So they would always keep the bucket of water right by them so they could throw it on the fire and extinguish it before it spread too far. So the next cultural/social tool is a rushlight. That color coordinates with this nice little mustard yellow we have here. The rushlights are really important because they offered some natural light and they were made from meadow rushes dipped in hot fat. I mean, it doesn't sound nice, but it was really helpful to them. The next are some 3 economic tools that were really helpful to the people in Georgia in the time. So, the first thing is a vat. Now, this was kind of like a really big cauldron of sorts. It was used to distill and draw out the indigo color whenever they farmed their indigo. So that color coordinates with this nice little forest green to symbolize the growth. The next tool that they would use in their economy were molds, and molds were used to press indigo within them and package them for exportation. And that color coordinates with this nice little bronze for the mold color. So the next is a greenhouse, and greenhouses were used to plant peaches in, so that coordinates with this really lovely peachy champagne color up here. So now, there's 3 practical tools that the Georgians would use, and the first one is alcohol. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Come on, Lindsay. Don't mention alcohol, you don't want to get demonetized. But no, this alcohol was used for pregnant women. Do you really want to demonetize me, YouTube, because of pregnant women? Come on. Morals. Anyway, so it was used whenever they're in labor to help get rid of the pain. The next tool was the saw or the axe that they would use to chop down trees, clear the land, and make homes. And then the third practical tool is a quinine. And this tool was used to treat malaria outbreaks in Georgia. So now we have this lovely color here, this lovely green, called cha-ching, and that symbolizes the one modern tool that these people could use in their lives had they been in our times, and that is a counterfeit machine. All of these people are in debt, right? So why not just make more money? Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll buy this palette. Use the code GEORGIA2510 to get off on your order today. Bye!